So my name is Raj Patel, and I'm enrolled in the full-time MBA program at Queen's University over here in Canada. And I am the Vice President of Student Executive Council. I was working as a teller in a bank, and before that, I used to serve coffee and spreading smiles all over. While I was serving coffees and having a lot of connections with folks every single day, I realized that during the pandemic, a lot of businesses struggled and a lot of business leaders changed the definition of what a business leader looks like, or what is the meaning of business leader who leads with a vision. My purpose of doing this MBA was to upgrade my skills and to give back community with a vision and a purpose to live by. Initially, when I thought of doing an MBA, I honestly thought that I won't be able to do an MBA because of, hey, a teller doing an MBA? What? Really? While I was exploring all the universities, I came down to have an open house over here, visited the open house at Queen's University, and had a conversation with a lot of people over here, faculty, staff members, as well as professors. Like, they were very open in sharing with me, saying that, oh, so what if you're a teller in a bank? You can still do an MBA, and we can still upgrade your skills to the level where you would be able to lead as a better business leader of tomorrow. So while talking about that, Queens has a very, very innovative structure in terms of learning. That is a team-based learning. The learning over here is formed in teams. We all work in groups throughout the whole year, and we ensure that we help each other grow. Like, that is something which I look forward for. How do I meet people who I don't know, gain something from them, give something to them, and we all grow together? Definitely. While we talk about Student Executive Council over here, I've been involved actively with a vice president role. I see a lot of students coming to this Queen's University and doing their MBA. They have done amazing things throughout. I feel that for future students, if I were to give like one advice, I took it for myself, and I do advocate that overall throughout my journey, that we all go through three phases. Sometimes what happens is we go through three stages in terms of learning stage, owning stage, and advising stage. Where in learning stage, all you do is, hey, like, come over here as a student, come with a blank paper so you can write a new thing. You can write your learnings onto that blank paper, learn all of the skills, upgrade whatever you have in terms of, either it could be a communication, either it could be a negotiation skills, either it could be adapting change quickly or not. You gain that skills, you come onto the owning stage where you have those qualities now. What do you do with that? You share it with your peers, you share it with your team members, and you make sure that there is a safe space which is created where you can share, where you can make sure that all the other elements of you being an MBA and you being in the leader position, what you would do with other team members or your fellow leaderships. While I say that, the next stage comes to advising. We would never get into advising stage until and unless we get a graduation and we get the actual work experience. What I say is, people have different experiences, people have different journeys throughout their life. This is something to ensure that advising someone is not a bad thing, but having an open mind to share the opinions and also intake the opinions of others is important element. And that's what I would put it in advising stage. And for future students with this MBA, this is the 3-stage journey which I followed, and I'm successful in that, in terms of how I'm leading it and how I'm advocating for future students to come in and have the experience they can. While working in a bank, I saw a lot of people struggling with their personal finances, and also worried about, oh, what are my investments gonna look like moving on, and how is my life gonna get shaped? Just like that, a lot of business owners, small business owners who were around Canada also face this sort of issue, that, oh, the interest rates are going up. A lot of barriers are there in terms of running the business smoothly, while making sure that safeties are ensured at their workplace. So with that, like, the purpose over here is to make sure that we give the sense of comfortability to customers, to the people in the society, and we lead with a vision, which is to make sure that help each other and help each other grow and help each other innovate. The passion for people never goes away because I have been in that industry for 5 years, and I think that my DNA has been changed to make sure that I make clients happy. I make sure that client satisfaction is on the priority list. And when I talk about that, why not I turn it towards the business side? While I'm serving coffee and making sure that the coffee is getting served, all I'm doing is to ensure that I'm putting a smile on their face by making their morning, either having short conversations with them, or by making sure that wishing them good luck on whatever they do throughout the day. While I talk about that, my passion for people never went away because of my work experience. At the same time, coming down granular to why I want to work with CEOs and how it goes ahead of it, it's because if I come down to this point where I see a value in business, either it could be a car washing or either it could be a cleaning business, there is a lot of skill and there is a lot of work put behind it, and there are a lot of people's efforts put behind it. If we close it down, it's getting diluted. Why not give them a better opportunity? Why not give them vision, and why not innovate with purpose? That's just asking why not. And why not is something which I've been asking throughout. That helped me be over here doing my MBA, and that helps me be a better business leader for tomorrow. Through the pandemic, I observed how business struggles and how a lot of business is diluted because of the economic conditions and the externality of it. I see value in all the businesses. Either it could be small, either it could be big. But while shutting them down, the amount of work they have did, or the amount of the vision they have seen through to make sure that that business reaches to a certain level, if that gets shut down, I feel disappointed. So I got passionate about, hey, why not just merging two businesses and working together? At the same, like, what are we doing over here? Are we not serving the society? Are we not serving people who wants to be over here and get served at the betterment of the purpose which we are going forward for? So if that is something which I think that we can put that out there, investment banking was something I wanted to do because I don't want businesses to be diluted. I want deals to happen. I want to take care of all the corporate CEOs, make them deals, make sure that they acquire businesses or they work towards the businesses or deals where they can serve a better purpose. Career Center at Smith. It's a very interesting department which I never thought that I would be having. They have all the coaches who have worked in different roles, and they have connections in the bank. What I see over here is they have seen many students going ahead and like leveraging their education, their knowledge, and their MBA degree into the roles they are in right now, and from there they move on and grow forward. With that said, two things which really stood out for me is the personal attention they give to us in terms of resume, in terms of interview preps, and they're giving out the resources which can really help us see through what are the actual things we should work forward for and what are the things we should ignore, because that is something which we call it as noise. So we ignore all of that and focus on the actual thing, which is, if you want to get a job, this is what you want to do. These are the resources you want to go forward for, and these are the industry leaders you want to connect for. And for that, they make sure that preparation for coffee chats, preparation for interviews, even our LinkedIns, even our resumes and cover letters, most of the things which we do within the Career Center is to ensure that our personal development is a check mark over there. The executive coaches are not therapists, let me tell you that. They are real people who wants to give you advice on your personal journey. It talks about my communication skills. It talks about my negotiation skills, what I want to do throughout my program. Do I want to be better in networking? Do I want to be better in terms of when I meet people? How do I not be nervous? How do I kick out that nervousness and make sure that ambiguity is away? How do I make short conversation? Learning all those little things is really important, and executive coaches do help you out in that journey. Even team coaches help you out to make sure that if you were addressing a board as a CEO, how would you go ahead by doing this thing? If the situation were was to be in a company and you were to put in a role, how would you take it in? How would you tackle it? How would you address it? What would be the solutions you would go for? These are the questions which we actively conversate during our team meetings, during our personal sessions, during our one-on-one with team coaches, and let's not forget our peer evaluation. Like that is something which we all go through, where while we compliment each other on what they do, why they do, and how are they doing it. Yes, I would say my professor Len Anderson. He teaches accounting. Um, I was an accountant back home, like I said. I am doing my MBA after 6 years. I know little about accounting in Canada and how it's been pursued in the corporations. Professor Len Anderson was very not academic based, but very practical in terms of learning. There were a lot of jargons in the industry which they used, which was easier for us to understand. At the same time, he connected with us on a personal level to ensure that our learning about accounting is embraced in a way that you know what you are gonna do tomorrow. This is something which will help you out. And let's be honest, accounting is something which we can never get rid of. Either you hire an accountant or you be one. So having the knowledge up there and to see how easier it is to learn the concepts, to go through the whole thing again, and also having the practical knowledge of reviewing 10K reports of companies and working on it actively, that is something I never thought I would do. And while I was doing it, it was a complete different experience and all. It's a 1 year MBA. I must say that a lot of people would have this impression that, oh, why 1 year? What is it you guys are doing? There are 2 semesters or something and you guys have break. I'll be very honest. Within this 1 year MBA, it is a little bit intense. Let me tell you that. You are learning and you're going through a lot of things at the same time. We have like courses which are basically designed for 3 weeks, some for 4 weeks, and that enables you to accept or adapt the change very quickly. Like 3 weeks you're doing accounting, next you're doing the financial fundamentals, and next you're doing economics for next 3 weeks. I have been in my core for last 4 months. I feel like I just got enrolled in the program. So yes, that is something which is very important. At the same time, peers are very good. I can see the experience in the room, getting enriched and knowledge. At the same time, there are opinions and real life issues which are supposed to be considered in the business. Like for example, autism. This is something which was a really interesting topic we talked about in our human capital class. That autism is something which has not been recognized over here in Canada at the level where a person who has autism can sit and do an MBA with us or can sit and work in a normal work environment. Why are they getting segmented? Conversations like that are enabled over here, which basically opens up the mental block and lets you do the creative thinking where you're either talking about how can we solve it, what are the issues, what are the barriers which are facing, what are the institutions who are working towards this purpose, and something like that is really mind changing, or I would say as a jargon, game changer. While you're learning business, while you're trying to be a better leader of tomorrow, there are real issues which are getting discussed. And in terms of experience with the peers, we have different departments, but at the same time, I have a shoulder to lean onto. There are my team members who I sit with every single day to do my projects and assignments. There are personal development conversations going on. We do support each other. If there is some personal or professional thing going on, we do help each other in terms of interview preparation. At the same time, we also make sure that international students who come over here and study MBA, they are getting the experience of the global MBA, meaning that we don't let them feel left out. We don't make them feel that, hey, you're international, so we don't know what you're gonna be, but we have Canadian experience. Nothing like that. we make sure that we take them along, as their experience is something which we value. If we are gaining something out from them, they're also gaining something out from us. So that is something that give and take over here is very friendly, and the open-mindedness is definitely appreciated. 100%. This is something which is which I recently got my hands on. Changing the workplace environment. While we see that how we went through pandemic, and the reason why I'm bringing up COVID is because of my major experience and observance in terms of how business reacts and how workplaces treating employees, and how important it became during those hard times was really important for me to observe. And I was doing this project and assignment, and which really we had to write a report on if we were to change a workplace, how would we do it? And there were challenges which I didn't knew that I observed before, and I recognize them right now. And I can see definitely that there are challenges like, why don't we just talk? Why don't we have open-mindedness? There are other things which are supposed to be taken in consideration in terms of who you are, how are you doing, weekly check-ins or daily check-ins, and also making sure that is there anything we can help you out with. Like managers and the leaders who can come down granular into this conversation really gives out a personal touch. And that is a challenge which I face for myself, that okay, I have a lot of work, how am I gonna do all of that? But honestly, it takes just 60 seconds. Ask them how is their day going? Is there something they can help you out with? Or is there any struggles they're facing which they can help you out with? That is just one little conversation which can help them make their day better. At the same time, they would also think that leaders are also taking care of other people. It's not that they're also only taking care of someone who are really close to them or working really close to them. I consider myself as an underdog over here. The reason why is because I saw that my experience had nothing to do with the MBA, and I don't know what I would contribute to the program. But as I come over here, I want to go into investment banking. And that is something which really shapes my vision and what I want to do in my career. With talking to professors, getting help from Career Advancement Center, which is within the Queen's University, at the same time, faculty members who go above and beyond to make sure that you are getting prepared, you are getting industry knowledge, and you are getting connected with alumni who are working in the market or in the street right now, which would help me get connected with all of those, and making sure that that collaboration of alumni and current students is getting embraced. At the same time, also learning all these different things would definitely make sure that if given an opportunity, if I were to handle a business or manage a business tomorrow, I would be ready for it, because this program definitely prepares you for that. And with the challenges which I faced overall, definitely gives up 100 on 100 for that.